And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Riverview Park, or Sloan Park if you prefer. We're in Mesa, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network, and it's play-by-play coverage in the 2015 Desert Classic. This is a Futures Division pool game, and it features the Grinders 14U and Nutty Buddy. And we're underway here in the top of the first inning. The Grinders, the visiting team. Luke Johnson, their center fielder, leads off. He's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. And now the 0-2 pitch on the way, and that'll miss, I beg your pardon, near the outside corner for a called third strike. And so Johnson is the first out of the ball game. And it'll bring up Devin Dixon. Dixon bats second and plays shortstop for the Grinders. The number 3 hitter is the catcher, Gino Donato. Tyson Henry bats fourth and plays left field. Jordan Miller in right field bats fifth. The number 6 hitter is the third baseman, DJ Guerrero. So the first one to Dixon misses for a ball. Batting in the 7th spot and playing second base is Ethan Finkel. Christian Johnson bats 8th and plays first base. And today's starting pitcher for the Grinders, Devin Askew, bats 9th. There's a ground ball out to short, picked up there and fired onto first base in time. And that's out number 2. So Dixon retired, 6-3 on the ground out, 2 away for Gino Donato. And we'll try to get through the Nutty Buddy defensive alignment. Patrick Jackson is in left field. Evan Jones plays center. And Jared Johnson is in right field. Connor Jones starts at third base. Garrett Brazil is the shortstop. Drew Bonds over at second. And Zach Carr at first. Mason Macaluso catches Goran Swansiger. And Gino Donato going after the first pitch. Delivers the ball into left field. It's a 2-out single for Donato, and it brings up Tyson Henry. First, though, Donato will come back to the Grinders dugout, being replaced by a courtesy runner, and it's Devin Dixon who moves back onto the field of play. He's on at first. Runner at first and 2 away for Tyson Henry. Instead, though, a throw over to first. They got the runner leaning, and now Nutty Buddy will get him in a pickle, and the rundown erases the base runner. So for the Grinders, no runs on 1 hit and nobody left after a half inning of play. Grinders nothing, Nutty Buddy coming up. Set to go in the bottom of the first inning, and Garrett Brazil leads off for Nutty Buddy, and he takes high for ball 1. Next pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Brazil, the starting shortstop for Nutty Buddy. Jared Johnson will bat second and play right field. Mason Macaluso, the catcher, hits third. That one's over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Then Evan Jones in center field bats fourth. Zach Carr fifth. Over at first base, Josh Townsend in the lineup as an extra hitter. And he bats sixth. And another strike, and it's 2-2. Hitting 7th is the second baseman Drew Bond. Connor Jones plays third and bats 8th. Patrick Johnson in left field bats 9th. Josh Combs is an extra hitter. He bats 10th. As the next one bounces in there to run the count to 3-2. And then rounding out the order, the 11th hitter, the starting pitcher for Nutty Buddy, is Goran Swansiger. There's a ground ball hit into the hole at short, and that's through and in to left field. So a leadoff single for Nutty Buddy, and Garrett Brazil is aboard at first base for Jared Johnson. First pitch fouled off for a strike. Each of these teams come in 2-0 in pool play. The winner will advance to the bracket portion of the tournament. by way of winning their 4-team pool. Breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-2. It's a total of 12 teams in the Futures division, so 3 pools of 4 teams each. So there will be a 4th team as I guess a wild card, you might call it. That ground ball into the hole, it's short. Throw goes across to first base, but not in time, and it's an infield hit. Brazil is second, Johnson aboard at first, and the batter is Mason Macaluso. But a 4th team will get in, so the highest remaining seed will qualify. So it's possible that even the team that happens to lose this one might still get in. That fly ball hit into left field, down in front, and now past the left fielder, Tyson Henry. And 1 run will score, and Nutty Buddy leads 1-0. Yeah, maybe kind of tough to score that one, a fly ball. Henry came in, and it landed in front of him and then got by, so very likely could be an RBI double for Macaluso. Either way, he's at second base, replaced by a courtesy runner. Josh Combs will run at second. Jared Johnson goes to third, and then Brazil scored on the play. So 1-0 Nutty Buddy, and the batter is Evan Jones, who takes strike 1. Ball going to bounce in, go to the backstop, and a run will come in on a wild pitch as Johnson scores to make it 2-0. Combs follows and gets to third base. And the next pitch fouled off down the right side. Devin Askew, the starting pitcher for the Grinders, looking for the first down here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 singles and a double to the first 3 hitters. Ball fouled off again on the fence on the first base side. And Askew steps off. 2-0 Nutty Buddy as they hit in the bottom of the first. And a fly ball into center field. That's caught. Runner will tag from third base. Boy, and they had a chance maybe, but not able to handle the relay throw. So it goes a sacrifice fly off the bat of Jones. He's credited with an RBI as he scores Macaluso's courtesy runner Josh Combs, and it's a 3-0 lead. And a curveball to Zach Carr. Swing and a miss for a strike. So the base is empty with 1 out, but 3 runs in. The 1-strike pitch tapped back up the middle just over the glove of Askew, picked up in front of the bag by Dixon, and he fires to first base in time. 2 away. Now Josh Townsend, an extra hitter. He takes ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Askew ready again, the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. That's fouled off at the plate. And that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. RBI double for Mason Macaluso. Sacrifice fly for Evan Jones, plus a wild pitch. And 3 runs have come across for Nutty Buddy in the bottom of the first. The next one bounced in, and the count runs full at 3-2. And Askew misses high with the next pitch, and he walks Townsend. So he goes to first base. First walk of the inning, surrendered by Devin Askew, and now will face Drew Bond. Short lead at first base. The first pitch to Bond is over for a strike. And now a ground ball hit into the hole at short. Backhanded, long throw across the diamond to stretch. In time, the call at first base. So Bond is thrown out 6-3, and that will end the first inning for Nutty Buddy. As it is, they score 3 times, and after 1, Nutty Buddy leads the Grinders 3-0. Tyson Henry takes a strike in the second. And the next one is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tyson Henry, Jordan Miller, DJ Guerrero for the Grinders in the second. The 1-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 1-2. And a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. The ball down in the dirt, and Henry is out on strikes. Didn't try for first base, and instead they ring him up as he moves away from the home plate area. So 1 away. And the batter is Jordan Miller. Swing and a miss for a strike. Yeah, the next pitch misses off the plate. One out, base is empty in the top of the second. Grinders trail 3-0. And there's a ball down the left field line, but pulled foul. And a breaking ball over the outside corner, a called third strike. And Miller is out, number 2. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Goran Swansiger. And now we'll face DJ Guerrero. First pitch over for a strike. Next one off the plate, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Bottom falls out of the pitch, and it's 1-2. And that's over a called third strike, and so Swansiger strikes out the side in the second. After an inning and a half, Grinders still trail 3-0. Connor Jones leads it off for Nutty Buddy in the bottom of the second, and he takes strike one. 8, 9, and 10 in the order for Nutty Buddy. The ground ball hit up the middle. That's into center field. A leadoff base hit for Jones. And he's aboard at first base for Patrick Jackson. Jackson started in left field. Hitting from the left side as the throw goes to first and the runner is back. And Donato was out to talk to his pitcher, Askew. Next one to Jackson, bounced in there for a ball. Ball bunted back to the pitcher, Askew. He'll throw to first base. That's in time. The runner moves up to second. So a 1-3. Put out of Jackson. Jones to second, and the batter is Josh Combs. Turned back to second, but no throw. Runner takes off. The throw down to third base. And not in time. A steal of third for Jones. Ball off the handle of the bat, fouled back and out of play. One ball, one strike to count on Josh Combs with a runner at third and one out. Nutty Buddy leading 3-0, hitting in the bottom of the second. Breaking ball is low, and it's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch fouled back, and it's 2-2. Well, looks good. Called a ball though. 3-2. And that is a called third strike, so Combs is out number 2. First strikeout for Devin Askew. And the batter is Goran Swansiger. pitch outside for ball one. Now the runner going to take off here. And ball dropped as the Grinders are not able to execute on the rundown, and Jones gets back to third base. And a swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. 3-0 our score, bottom of the second inning. Nutty Buddy with a runner at third and 2 outs. Trying to add another one. And another swing, this time a foul tip on a curveball, and it's 1-2. And another swing and a miss, and Swansea down on strikes, and that ends the inning. So Askew does a nice job of pitching around a leadoff base hit in the second inning, and after 2, the score remains Nutty Buddy 3 and the Grinders nothing. Bottom third of the order for the Grinders in the top of the third. Ethan Finkel leads off and fouls the first one back to the backstop for strike one. Finkel, Johnson, and Askew for the Grinders here in the third. The 1-strike pitch. It's down at the feet, and it's 1-1. Goran Swansea, the starter for Nutty Buddy, has faced the minimum. He did allow a base hit in the first, a 2-out single to Gino Donato, but Donato's courtesy runner was caught stealing. Another one down at the feet, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Swansea with a 2-1 pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch, lifted foul and out of play. Another 2-2. And a fly ball hit out to center field. Boy, and that falls in front of the center fielder Jones. Looked like he was going to have a play on that ball, but instead it falls in front of him for a base hit. So Finkel aboard at first, and the batter is Christian Johnson. We're going to step and throw it over to first base, and out at first base. So 1-3 pickoff of Finkel at first base. He took his eye off the pitcher. In fact, as the throw went over there, Finkel was already looking plateward to see if the ball was going to be put in play. So that's a good weapon. The left-hander Swansea has allowed 2 base hits and then has promptly retired each of those base runners, one on a caught stealing, the other one on a pickoff. There's a slow roller out to second, and Bond throws out Johnson for out number 2. And 2 away for Devin Askew. And the first pitch over for a strike. And the next one off the plate for a ball, 1-1. Next pitch low and in. 2 balls and a strike. 2 out. Bases empty. Top of the third. Grinders down 3-0. Next one bounced in there, and it's 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. That's over for a strike. And it pushes the count full on Devin Askew. Luke Johnson, the grinder leadoff hitter, on deck. The 3-2. And that's on the inside corner, a called third strike. Now leadoff base hit for the Grinders. Runner picked off, and after 2.5, they're still down 3-0. This is the top of the order for Nutty Buddy in the bottom of the third, and Garrett Brazil takes strike 1. The next pitch is high, and it's 1-1. Brazil with a base hit and a run scored back in the first. Next one inside, and it's 2-1. Johnson and Macaluso follow in the inning. The pitch misses for a ball, and it's 3-1. And that's up and in. That one hits Brazil, and he'll head to first base. Now Jared Johnson, who had an infield single and scored in the first inning. Runner goes, ball chopped to the shortstop, and Dixon throws out the runner, and then boy, they just about got him doubled up there. I don't know what happened. The base runner, Brazil, I guess, lost track, or he thought that ball was popped up in the air maybe because it was such a high chopper off the ground in front of home plate. So a 6-3 ground out retires Johnson. Brazil gets to second. Mason Macaluso at the plate. And the first pitch low and away, backhanded by Donato to keep that one from going to the backstop. And a breaking ball, towering fly ball into center field. Johnson under it, makes the catch. Runner will tag from second, try to get to third base, and he will throw a little bit off the mark. Macaluso flies out to center field. Brazil moves to third, and the batter is Evan Jones. First pitch to Jones, low and away for ball 1. Evan had a sac fly RBI his first time up. And next one low and away, and it's 2-0. Anybody or left a runner on third back in the second inning. They got a runner at third base here in the third with 2 outs. See if they're able to cash in. 2-1 the count on Jones. And a ground ball right back to the pitcher, Askew. He'll step and throw to first base. And that's in time. And Nutty Buddy turned away again in the third inning. No runs, no hits. A hit batter, 1 left. After 3, Nutty Buddy leads the Grinders 3-0. As we go to the 4th inning of play, Luke Johnson leads off for the Grinders and takes outside for ball 1. A pop up just out to the outfield grass. Bond back to make the catch. And there's 1 out. And the first pitch to Devin Dixon over for a strike. And the next pitch low, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Foul to the backstop, and it's 1-2. 1 out, base is empty in the top of the 4th inning. Again, the winner of this one advances to the semifinals. The 1-2 pitch is high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The loser of this one still has a chance to get in. As there are 3 pools, the 3 pool winners advance, and then the number 4 team will be based on record and then runs and all the other different tiebreakers they have. As that ground ball fielded by Jones, and he throws out Dixon at first base, 2 away. The batter is Gino Donato, who had a base hit back in the first. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. And there's a 1 hopper, and going to be a couple more hops as it gets past the shortstop Brazil. Thought he might have a chance to field that one in the hole. Instead, it's a base hit, and Donato has his second single. Also over to first base, and Donato got back. We've seen Swanseger with a couple of moves over to first base as that curveball to Tyson Henry is over for a strike. Yeah, swinging a foul ball, and it's 0-2. 2 outs and a runner at first base. We play in the top of the 4th inning. The Grinders trail Nutty Buddy 3-0. Next one way off the plate, 1-2 the count. Pitch off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a breaking ball fouled down a play down the right side. Henry 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. Throw to first again, and once again the runner back. And a ball off the end of the bat popped up into foul territory. And Carr not able to bring it in. And then we stay 2 balls and 2 strikes on Henry. And a ground ball, that's off the glove of the pitcher and no play. It'll be an infield single for Tyson Henry. Swanseger got just enough of it to slow it down, and Brazil had to change direction and did not have a play. So 2 aboard with 2 outs for Jordan Miller. He was called out on strikes in the second. And he takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Pop up in the infield should end the inning. Brazil and Jones converge, and it's Jones that can reach a little higher, so he makes the catch. And that ends the inning for the Grinders in the 4th. No runs on 2 hits, 2 left. Midpoint of the ball game, Grinders trail Nutty Buddy 3-0. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Nutty Buddy in the 4th. Zach Carr takes strike 1. Carr with a ground out to Dixon, the shortstop, his first time up. The 0-1 pitch is up and in, and it's 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. A ground ball. Picked up at third. And the throw across the diamond in time, and the leadoff hitter retired. Brings up Josh Townsend, and he takes low and away for ball 1. And a swing and a miss for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. A ground ball right back to Askew. He'll run it part of the way over, then throw it the rest, and that's 2 down. First one to Drew Bond over for a strike. And the 0-1 pitch lifted into center field, and Johnson there to bring it in, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Nutty Buddy. We move to the 5th, still 3-0. DJ Guerrero leads off in the 5th and takes low and away for ball 1. Finkel and Christian Johnson follow for the Grinders. Next one low and away, 2-0. 3 runs, 4 hits for Nutty Buddy. No runs, 4 hits for the Grinders. The 2-0 pitch. Knocked out of play down the third base side, and it's 2-1. Ball found to the screen, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch and a breaking ball. Well, that just missed, and it's 3-2. Guerrero called out on strikes to end the 2nd, trying to get things started for the Grinders in the 5th. And a 3-2. Over the outside corner and a called 3rd strike. Strikeout number 6 for Goran Swansiger. And now we'll face Ethan Finkel. And Finkel with a slow ground ball over to Bond at 2nd. And on to first base in time. Two away for Christian Johnson. Johnson grounded out his first time up. And a first pitch over for a strike. Next pitch outside, and it's 1-1. 2 out, bases empty, top of the 5th. Grinders down 3-0. Winner secures a spot in the Futures Division semifinals tomorrow. The next pitch misses for a ball, 2-1. The loser still has a chance to get in, as there are 3 pools. They take the 3 pool winners plus the next best team, based on a variety of things. I think it's record and maybe run differential or runs allowed. It varies depending on the tournament. And a pitch high for ball 4. Two out walk to Johnson brings up Devin Askew. And the first pitch high for ball 1. Askew called out on strikes to end the 3rd. And the pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Swansiger with the set, the 1-1 pitch. That's high, 2-1. Check of the runner, the next one on the way. It's inside, and it's 3-1. And that pitch low for ball 4, so back-to-back walks given up for Swansiger. And we go back to the top of the order for Luke Johnson. Brazil in to talk to his pitcher Swansiger, and now heads back to his spot. Luke Johnson at the plate, called out on strikes in the first. Popped out to the second baseman in the fourth. Runner takes off from second, going to third, and boy, he's out by a bunch over at third base. Grinders get the tying run to the plate, but run into the final out. A 2-5 caught stealing, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a couple of walks, a caught stealing, one runner left after 4.5, still 3-0. First pitch ripped into right field and put away. Hard hit ball off the bat of Connor Jones, but Miller there, and that's out number one. I don't think it's Miller out there in right field, though. We get, teams can kind of move players around how they see fit, and we don't get those substitutions very often. And that throw down to first base, not going to be in time. So Jackson aboard, and the batter is Josh Combs. Check the runner at first, but Jackson back. And there's a shot back up the middle. That's into center field. And that'll put runners at first and second. Now Swansiger at the plate. He's trying to bunt, but that's fouled off at the plate for strike one. Check the runner at second base, and Askew steps off. Pitch bounced in there for a ball. Pitch high for a ball. Askew ready again. And this one bunted back foul by Swansiger. Two aboard with one out in the bottom of the fifth. And it's high for ball four. So that loads the bases for Nutty Buddy with one out. Back to the top of their order, Gary Brazil. And The Grinders are going to bring the infield in. A ground ball, foul. Just wide of the bag at third. Brazil with an RBI to make it a single and a run scored in the first. Then he was hit by a pitch in the third. And a breaking ball misses. The count 1-1. Next one inside, 2 balls and a strike. Base is full with 1 out for Nutty Buddy. They lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. Askew ready again, and the pitch fouled off. Brazil had a big cut there, and able to get a piece. Hitting with a drawn-in infield, just trying to find grass in the outfield somewhere. Another 2-2. And a breaking ball bounced in there, blocked by Donato, at least slowed down anyway. Got away from him a bit, but not far enough for the runner to try to advance. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Brazil with the bases loaded. And it's bounced in for ball 4. That'll be a walk and an RBI for Brazil as Jackson scores. That makes it 4-0. The bases stay loaded with 1 out for Jared Johnson. But first, a timeout from the Grinders dugout. We play in the bottom of the 5th inning, 4-0, Nutty Buddy. Grinders make a pitching change as Devin Dixon takes over. First one to Jared Johnson, misses for a ball. Now they count a ball and a strike. And the next pitch high, and it's 2-1. There's a ground ball, backhanded, but no play in the infield. Now goes an infield hit and an RBI. And it makes it 5-0. So Dixon, the new pitcher, Miller moves into shortstop. Askew goes out to right field. There's a slow tapper. This might be a tough play. Dixon's going to throw to the plate. And it is just in time to force Swansiger. So a 1-2 force. Fielder's choice for Macaluso. And the batter is Evan Jones as he bats with the bases loaded. 5-0 the score in the bottom of the 5th. And a breaking ball over for a strike to Evan Jones. That ball hit to Miller. His play is to first base. And that is in time to end the 5th inning. But Nutty Buddy gets a little distance here as they score 2 more times. And after 5, they lead 5-0. Luke Johnson leads off for the Grinders in the 6th and takes ball 1. Of course, he was at the plate when the runner was caught stealing to end the 5th. And a new pitcher up there for Nutty Buddy. That ball off the end of the bat a bit, but into center field, and Johnson has a leadoff single. Josh Combs is on to pitch for Nutty Buddy in the 6th inning. Goran Swansiger goes 5 innings, allows 4 hits, but no runs, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Ground ball out to second, flip to second base for the out, on to first base, a double play. So Devin Dixon bounces into a 4-6-3 double play. And the batter is Gino Donato. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. And another swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch. Fouled out of play over on the first base side. And a soft line drive out to the second baseman. That will end the inning for the Grinders in the 6th. No runs, a hit. Runner erased on a double play, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still 5-0 Nutty Buddy. Zach Carr into face Devin Dixon, and he takes strike 1. And a slow tapper down the third baseline, foul. The 0-2. Off the plate, 1-2. And a ground ball over to the right side. And a 4-3 ground out retires Carr. As Finkel throws him out. And there's 1 out for Josh Townsend. Swing and a miss for a strike. And a ground ball up the middle. That's through into center field. And a 1-out single for Townsend, his first hit of the day. And the batter is Drew Bond. First one to Bond is high for a ball. And the next one misses high, 2-0. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 6th, 5-0 Nutty Buddy. Turn and throw to first, close, but the runner dives back safely. And the 2-0 pitch bounced in there, 3-0. Now the set, the 3-0 pitch. And that's over for a strike. And it's 3-1. On the ground out on a flyout in his 2 trips. Dixon steps off. And that's a pop up into a shallow right field, but over is Askew to make the catch. 2 down. And we look to the 7th inning as Connor Jones makes his way to the plate for Nutty Buddy. The Grinders will send up 4, 5, and 6 in the order in the top of the 7th. The first pitch near the outside corner for a strike. Throw to first, and again the runner back. And a swing and a miss for a strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a slow tapper to the right side, going to be a tough play. Finkel charges, throws, doesn't throw in fact, has no play. So an infield hit puts 2 aboard with 2 outs for Patrick Jackson. First pitch inside and low, ball 1. There's a ball just over the head of the second baseman Finkel into right field. Runners waved around to throw to the plate, and they're waiting for him at the plate. He's thrown out. So Townsend gunned down at the plate on a big throw from Askew, I believe it was, and he throws out the runner to end the inning. Nutty Buddy does not score in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th, still 5-0. Tyson Henry starts it off for the Grinders in the 7th, and a swing and a miss for a strike. It's Henry, Miller, and Guerrero for the Grinders. Down 5-0, facing a new pitcher. There's a ground ball down to third. Bond now at third base. He makes the play and throws to first base in time. 5-3 ground out begins at the top of the 7th. Josh Townsend in as the new second baseman. Combs stays in the ball game and goes to first. And again, it's Connor Jones on to throw the 7th inning and try to wrap this one up for Nutty Buddy. Faces Jordan Miller, who takes low for ball 1. And that ball popped up over to the right side. Townsend plays it on a bounce and gets the throw off to first base in time. A 4-3 ground out, 2 away in the inning, and the final out. The final chance here for the Grinders as DJ Guerrero is in. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. Swansinger goes the front 5 for Nutty Buddy. 4 hits, no runs. Josh Combs a shutout 6th inning, allowing 1 hit, but erasing the runner on a double play ball. That's low and in, 2-0, and now Jones has retired the first 2 he's faced. The 1 and the 2-0. Called strike. Makes it 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball down the first base line. And a foul ball. Well, Combs came charging in, trying to get that one before it turned foul, but couldn't get there in time. The count goes to 2-2. Grinders down to the final strike now as that breaking ball misses away, and it's 3-2. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th, 5-0 Nutty Buddy. And the 3-2. And that's foul to the backstop. Now you're just trying to get on and get to the next guy here. And a 3-2, and that's low ball 4, and Guerrero aboard for the first time. And he gets a 2-out walk. And the batter is Ethan Finkel. Finkel with a base hit in the 3rd, a ground out in the 5th. First pitch over for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. And one misses for a ball, 1-1. A 2-out base runner for the Grinders. Still a ton of work to do, though. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2. And a breaking ball swung on and missed. Finkel is out on strikes, and that's the ball game for the Grinders in the 7th. A 2-out walk, runner left at first. And our final score, the Nutty Buddy 5 and the Grinders nothing. Totals on the game for the Grinders: no runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 4 left. For Nutty Buddy, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 8 runners left on base. Goran Swansinger gets the win. Devin Askew is saddled with the loss for the Grinders. And Nutty Buddy goes to 3-0 in pool play. They will secure a spot in the Futures Division semifinals. Grinders will have to wait and see what happens around the rest of pool play to see if they have a chance to get in, as they fall to 2-1 in pool play. So that'll do it. Again, our final score: Nutty Buddy 5 and the Grinders nothing. From Riverview or Sloan Park, if you prefer, we're in Mesa, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We hope to talk to you again soon.